Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Speed Gaming 3. That's an important number to remember. We have a daily Link to the Past randomizer race here today. This is AFG's Crosskeys. So it's basically Crosskeys, but not retro. If you are familiar with the league tournament going on right now, it is not quite that mode. I am Blue, and I'm joined by my twin sister Link, who sounds suspiciously like me. How are you? I'm doing great. Thanks. Okay, I'm going to drop that now. We have on tracking our Terrell, who's going to be doing this solo. Our trackers are always MVPs, and, well, good luck. You're going to need it. Running today, we have Leaf and Specs, and we are on our way right now. So, just a reminder, this is not retro. All of the small keys are locked to their respective dungeons. We got a small key to GT, and the big key to Meyer on Specs' side. We have the Sanctuary starting in Kakariko, which is a very nice place to start. Nice and convenient. Plenty of entrances to check. Here's Eastern. Meanwhile, Leaf is going to check Potion Shop and probably do a Houlihan start. Meanwhile, Specs has found another dungeon, Thieves Town. There are 4 quick checks we can do here. First one's just 20 rupees. And a Fire Rod in King's Tomb. That's a very nice find. No magic, unfortunately, so Leaf has to throw a bush to kill that Buzzblob. Dropping 5 arrows, nothing terribly important right now. And here they go, setting up for, well, checking this cave first and then the Houlihan. It's Uncle. That is a second Cannon's Tower small key. That's interesting. Oh, it looks like I have been bailed out. Lana Bean is joining on comms. We will be hearing from her momentarily. So I don't remember if I already said we found a second small key to GT. There was another small key that turned up on Spec's side. That was Turtle Rock. So those are some late-game dungeon keys that will probably be useful once we get a little more equipment and actually find the dungeon that they belong to. Great, good load of cash for Leaf. They are now heading on their way from Link's house. They are going to head east. Meanwhile, Specs is checking out the Lost Woods. Going to drop down and it's the Kakariko well. 5 checks here, and we get a glove nice and early. Alright, a nice easy 300 rupees. That's Zora money if we end up ever deciding to go there in the near future. Specs finding the flippers in the well. That's thematically appropriate, I suppose. And here's Lana Bean. How are you doing?
Finally in! Doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Oh, really good. Yeah, I'm excited about the league finals that started recently, but here we've got some Crosskeys, and I'm very excited about that.
I love good Crosskeys, and also I love bush crab bombs. Those are amazing. When bush crabs cooperate and you don't have to buy bombs, that's money saved. And the more bombs that bomb NPCs with, so it works.
Yeah, no shields have turned up yet, so hopefully we'll be getting to see some of those.
Oh, I'm in here. Give it 30 seconds. Evil shields. Anyway, we got a Quarreling Brothers connector up to the Turtle Rock Ledge. Good to find it early. No mirror. Useless connector for now, but good to know for the future. Good find by Lee.
Yep, one less thing to have to worry about late game.
Could be one of those entrances that you're like, I haven't found this one. Where is it?
We found quite a few dungeons already. I guess We can call 3 quite a few. Specs getting a check there in the back of Skull Woods and taking a Death Warp. Definitely not going to go fight Mothula with absolutely nothing to kill Mothula with. That would be questionable.
And Leaf gets a full magic refill, single arrow, and $20.
One consequence of that early glove is Specs is able to check that cave, the Death Mountain Descent, but it's just a shop. He does not have 500 rupees to buy that fire shield, unfortunately.
Please. Oh my gosh, shields are evil. Anyway, the Fire Rod found by Leaf early, super good. Looks like Specs is heading towards that Flute 2 spot. I think that's where Leaf found it.
Yeah, the potion shop, that's where it was, and that seems to be where Specs is heading.
And meanwhile, I think Specs found Eastern Palace, ignored it, understandable. I am the kind of person who likes giving Eastern Palace 2 checks. If it gives me progression in 2 checks, I move on, otherwise I just leave. But I just like the 2 checks in Eastern because, oh my gosh, so many times I've not gone to Eastern and found a hookshot or boots like an hour into the seed when I could have gotten it 5 minutes in. I have a new rule.
Yeah, you never know, because anything useful could be pretty much anywhere. Sometimes you get burned, other times it's just, you save a couple seconds by not checking it. But here's Castle Tower for Leaf.
Well, Fire Rod makes it an easy check. No small key to the second check, but it is pretty quick with the equipment he's got.
Those guards aren't very smart, honestly.
Not super. And very flammable.
Okay, well, a blue boomerang. That's actually quite helpful.
Boomerang for our efforts. That's a stun prize. Specs about to get that Fire Rod. Love it. I think they're still looking for the well, so that's probably why Leaf is heading up north. I don't think we've seen Ganon either, unless I'm mistaken.
Unless I completely missed it, no, I don't think we have. Leaf about to check the stun prize here. 1 whole rupee. Spectacular.
Alright, and Specs is hitting up the back of Escape, as we already, I think, saw from Leaf. Alright, well, not going to go over for that compass anytime soon, so I'm going to check the front of Hyrule Castle and say bye! So many early GT keys. This is a little bit troublesome, but if you find an early hookshot or hookshot hammer, or maybe, frankly, just a Samaria, suddenly right side GT is fully in logic up to Ice Ramos.
That's a bit of a scary thought, given our equipment set. Here's a Gina for Leaf.
Everyone loves Fart Cave, it's so good. Except when it's not, and it's 10 arrows, so it's fine.
Thanks, Agina. That was so helpful of you. He really tries. Sometimes he's got something useful. Most of the time he doesn't.
Fails gloriously.
So
not to be oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, this is Leaf's first adventure into Kakariko Village. They're going to find some useful... Oh, Swamp is here. I just missed that, apparently.
Wow, so Swamp Eastern and Thiestown just right next to each other. We'll see if Leaf decides to go into Eastern for a couple checks, though. He is going south instead of east, so probably just going to hit up those north checks last, and it'll be interesting. Oh, hi, Laser Bridge. Holy moly. So we didn't see this on Spec's side. Spec's kind of left Kakariko, so yeah, this is all new here.
Okay, so it wasn't just completely spacing out. We just got a compass.
Good laser skips by Leaf so far. Well done. Not much to deal with the bumper enemy there. Now within one-shot territory, so there it is.
Also, the old man cave was in Kakariko, so that's 2 of our starting points here. Oh, not quite.
With the load set Leaf has, it's a little safest to just toss a bomb up there and let the bomb knock the beetle off the edge there. Oh my gosh, Tower of Hera as well!
Wow.
Wow.
Okay, that was
Do you need
bit
to
of a
complete a
disappointment.
dungeon? Just go to Kakariko. Okay, I think it's easier at this
Wow.
point to guess, what have we not seen in Eastern so far? Oh my
shield!
god,
Yay!
there it is. Oh my gosh. Oh wait, it took so long.
I'm not normally this much of a fan of shields, it's just because I'm commentating with you that I have to be for contractual reasons.
Evil.
The Smiths were just moving into that little bombable shed, I guess, while their house is under renovations. Our first pod small.
And the most important item of the game, the bug net. Well done, Specs. Unfortunately, with the restrictions of the trackers and key sanity, the best item in the game, again, the bug net, not on the tracker, so unfortunate.
It's memorable. You know when someone's picked it up. You don't need a visual reminder.
It's in our hearts.
There was a bottle with a blue potion on the Magic Bat drop-down location, but we don't have a hammer or mirror to get there yet.
And apparently there is a vanilla library with a sword on it.
Well, that's fun.
Thanks, game. Alright, good laser skips from Specs as well. Beautifully done. Does use that bomb at the beginning to knock the beetle off the edge, so good strategy.
So, looks like Leaf is gonna head back into CAC for the rest of the checks here.
Now, finally, there are a few entrances that are not dungeons in Kakariko. So, as noted by Arturo, Eastern Palace, TR Laser Bridge, Swamp, Thieves Town, Hera. There's 5 dungeon locations in Kakariko, and that was that a blue bottle that Specs just got?
I must have missed it if he did, but... Okay, so both of our runners so far have seen Hyrule Castle, but are choosing to make other checks first before checking it out.
Ah. All right, well, Leaf. What's up?
Oh, I was just going to say, maybe Eastern is actually the answer here.
Yeah, well, we have a lot of entrances left, including several glove lock checks, but that being said, Leaf is checking Eastern late enough that I would not be surprised to have him end his route there. And most important item in the game gotten by Leaf, well done. After the worst item in the game. Alright, so Specs is choosing to go ahead and head south. We're going to start at Hype Fairy and toss a bomb against the wall, it's fine.
Alright, so had just apparently forgotten the entire South Shore existed. But yeah, let's see what's here.
Alright, so we know Thieves Town's pretty empty here. Alright, reimbursement for bombs could be worse.
There was that Turtle Rock Small. We're also loaded with quite a bit of money right now.
Yeah, not much reason to houlihan anytime soon with this money. And technically Zora is in full Logic That Glove, so it'll be interesting to see if Specs decides to go ahead and just fake Flipper and go to Zora.
Oh, that was dangerous.
Oh my gosh, you saw what I did. We got 5 6s at Skullwoods and Turtle Rock. Hey, we found both those.
Interesting.
And more money for Leaf, so...
Oh, the wrong side of Ice Rod Cave.
Oh wait, we got Flipper somewhere. I missed that, so Specs doesn't even have to fake Flipper. Just Zora area in full logic. Alright, let's go.
Right, those flippers were in the well.
Oh, where was the well?
That was in the Lost Woods.
Ah, okay, so if I'm not mistaken, that puts Ganon Vanilla. Because I think we've seen all the other drop-downs.
I don't recall seeing Magic Bat, but I could just be completely wrong.
Oh.
But now that I think about it, I think you're right. Alright, Specs is into Zora's whatever area this is called, with a rather sickly green color to the water here.
I did not see this turnout for this MMM Weekly. Holy moly, 31 people showing up for this race. That is amazing.
Yeah, Crosskeys seems to be popular for good reason.
It is my favorite mode.
Alright, King Zora, what do you have for us? Disappointment.
Absolutely nothing. I got home and I was like, I got just enough time to enter. Oh wait, there's only one com. Debate. Commentary it is. Let's go.
Well, I'm glad you decided to join me. I don't believe I've had the opportunity to say, but you are my favorite commentator overall, and I'm just absolutely tickled pink to get to CoCom with you today.
Aww, that's so nice of you. Thank you. Well, it's a pleasure to do this with you. I think this is our second or third time we've done this.
I don't think so, actually.
I thought we had at least done it once more. Well, could be wrong. Maybe I just heard you. Well, apologies. It's a pleasure doing this with you either way, my friend.
Yeah, for some reason I decided to keep a list of all the races I've commentated so I can go check that.
Oh, it's all good. If you don't remember, it's probably true. I have not done one of these in a hot minute. Discord's been a bit rude to me. We'll not get into that detail, but... Wait, Leaf, why didn't you pick up the map?
Yeah, that map actually might come in handy. I believe it was the map to Swamp, but we have not had a map check because we haven't been into the Dark World yet.
Oh, big key on George to Eastern Palace. So Specs has some reason to go to Eastern now. Probably wants to get a bow out of somewhere though before committing. Now this is Crosskeys logic, of course, for anybody unfamiliar. So the dark rooms are only in logic with the lamp. Fire Rod has no logic in any dark room, so you get a standard open, so you could do Dark Cross with the lamp logically, for example, or even go to the back of Eastern Palace with the lamp, because with the Fire Rod, because there is a torch that allows you to get through a room. Crosskeys does not have that logic, so logically you do need a lamp to get through any dark room whatsoever.
Yes, at Lumberjack, that was Magic Bat, so you are right, we do have a Vanilla Ganon today. If we got a map check from Specs, I literally missed the entire thing, so I don't know what Swamp is.
No, Specs would not map check right now. It's not worth it until you either get a bunch of maps and no information otherwise, or you just don't find the dungeons and you got the maps. So Specs is probably not going to map check for a very long time. Like, the only thing you want to do is maybe happen to follow into the dungeon, having a map ready to mark it as a P or a C.
Leaf really checking the prizes there and the tree pulls. The bush crab dropping a single rupee after that slew of bombs.
Worth it. Runners are practically in poverty here, poor things.
Specs not having any magic has to do this the not so hard way. He's got one bomb left.
Yeah, he's done.
Ouch. Well, he didn't miss anything important. It's fine.
Both bombs had to hit, and you have 1 life. Yeah, that's just tough. Alright, we got Leaf heading towards Flipper Check, so a little bit of repeat content going on. Everything's fine, though. So I don't
what? Oh, go ahead.
Well, I think we were just thinking the same thing. I want to say we have not seen Mini Moldrum West, the dam, the desert area. Unless Leaf, or not Leaf, the Specs could have gone east from Mini Moldrum and gone to Ice Rod Cave area. If that's the case, we probably just haven't seen maybe the dam towards desert. And otherwise, that's it logically, I think.
Yeah, that's actually what I was going to say. I think just the desert area and dam, and then Hyrule Castle. We got 2 connectors there.
Oh, we saw Hyrule, okay. And Eastern, I think.
And Eastern, yeah. Leaf is attempting to navigate this dark cave, though.
I didn't see what it looked like. It could be Mountain. Mountain's one of the few connectors that you're really good on taking super early. It is. All right, so we've got Gary. Gary's in tow. He's probably going to give us, a bomb. Or Quake. That's fine, too. And then he just goes in the wall. It's fine. Nothing to see there.
Oh, Bumper Cave. Oh, here's Hype Cave for Specs. I didn't quite see where this was.
Neither. Okay, now he's going to go to Eastern. 100%. End of the route, he's going to save and go to Eastern. Just beat it. And get a pendant, probably. Because the game is rude. Oh, it's the dam!
Oh, well, that's convenient. Oh, here's Blind's house.
Oh, goodness gracious. Alright, so if Leaf gets, like, a lamp, then suddenly, Eastern Palace is, hello. And instead we get a lot of, well, nothing.
Okay, there's the potion shop. And making the long walk to check Desert Ledge without the boots is no fun, so Specs is apparently not going to do that. First, at least. Oh, hi, Saha.
There it is. Vanilla Eastern. Alright, yeah. Oh, that's required, though. We got a big key to GT.
Oh, Hookshot Cave. Lovely. There's a suspicious number of compasses in really hard-to-reach locations. I wonder what's up with that.
I love it. Compasses aren't logic. The further they are away from me, the happier I am. They're the second worst item in the game. Okay, right, there we go.
Eastern for Specs.
No, you know where Eastern is. You don't have a lamp, but otherwise, you know where Saha is. Let's go! Meanwhile, Leaf gets Desert. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, just 20 rupees there, and also for Specs. Yeah, so can't do anything with the torch or the big chest, so Leaf is going to check the front door.
Oh, wow.
Okay, at least we don't need all 7 crystals to get in the front door of GT. We still do need them.
Well, there's Hyrule. If you get a mirror, Death Mountain's in logic, I guess. Or is that our first Hyrule Castle connector? Did we find more?
We found the west entrance, I think, somewhere in CAC or nearby.
Okay, so Dark Death Mountain west side is in logic. If Leaf can dig up a shovel, no pun intended, then you know Death Mountain's in logic, I guess.
All right, more bombs there for specs.
All
Couple
right,
more
now,
checks before heading into the back.
yeah, I think the two biggest checks, of course, are going to be the big chest and the boss.
Okay, well, the back exit... oh, wow, there's a Moon Pearl.
There it is, all right.
What was I saying? The back exit of the Old Man Cave goes to Desert East, which is actually a little bit convenient here for Leaf.
Doesn't know it yet, but if he continues on that path, going to get that bow as well at Headgate, yeah.
The eastern big was on the camper, right?
It was at the dam, I think, Hype Cave. That Bicky to Meyer, not super important, but you know what? I'm never going to turn down a Meyer key.
Yeah, helps with routing, so I'm told.
All right, gonna pick up that Eastern Big. It is very important that Lee follows that, as we know.
I did know the bow was here, but I don't recall the eastern big. I think it was somewhere else.
You're right. Okay, it was the bow here. All right. I think Specs found the Eastern Big not too far away from that. Maybe ice area or just east.
So yeah, seems like we got a really tight bottleneck in this seed, but that Moon Pearl gets us a few things. Well, I mean, Dark Death Mountain, there's more to do there. Yeah, we haven't actually seen a connector to like the mainland Dark World, have we?
Well, we've got one more connector out of Desert, which is in logic. We've got one more connector out of Hyrule Castle, which is in logic. So we got options for sure.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, a heart container and a green pendant. Is this even randomized?
Seems vanilla.
Alright, Specs, where to?
Sazral is pretty far away. And it's out of logic, so I can't see him prioritizing that. Alright, going out of Hyrule Castle. He's going to go out main here, which is going to push him out to Dark Death Mountain for one check, and then he's going to have to meander all the way back for east.
Oh, he's thinking. No, he's going to go.
Yeah, that was him. I'm pretty sure I heard him frowning through the internet there. I'm like, crud. All right. Oh, okay. Well, see ya. Middle exit of Hyrule Castle. Well, I guess it might actually be faster to save and quit and go right back there. Which is what he is doing. All right, so new exit on Specs' side here.
Alright, is this going to take us somewhere useful?
Survey says.
Absolutely.
Sort of. Not a lot we can do here, but this does give us pod area, pyramid, grumpy fish, and dark or what
Yeah,
is
you're
it?
right.
Oh, there's Eastern Big. That's right.
Yeah, without the hammer hookshot, Specs is a little bit boxed in here. I hadn't thought of that.
Dark shopping mall, so there is entrances to do, but West Dark Road would have been more optimal. And frankly, this looks like the answer very likely, unless the other desert exit takes us somewhere better.
And, of course, the hammer could just turn up at any moment and decide to make this all moot.
And Leaf is making the right decision going into Eastern Palace, going to get well rewarded with a heart container. Just kidding, the Moon Pearl. So anybody who goes into Eastern Palace early gets rewarded with a Meyer small key and less incentive to go back for the big chest or the boss very quickly.
Right, long walk through the maze for Specs. He's gonna go check Dark Flute 5. Oh, the Desert Small! That's actually very useful for when he finds desert.
I was gonna say, I don't think Specs has found a desert connector quite yet, right? That was on Death Mountain, which is out of logic, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, you're right, yeah.
So, yeah, Specs is sticking with logic. Oh, not good. Oh my gosh.
Ouch. Oh, no, he's fine.
It's fine.
Gotta make space in that bottle to catch another fairy or something.
And gets revenge on the Murderodactyl by shooting it in the back with a ball of fire. Oh, and he's not going to do Pyramid yet. We're going right to Dark Shopping Mall. We're not going to get that obvious hook shot off of Pyramid. What is this MSU? Is this some form of Lana? Oh, Specs. I don't think he has a backup fairy. Oh, yeah, he's got...
Oh, no.
Yep, there it is. All right. That's one of the reasons why I would have probably done Catfish Pyramid first. A little safer. Could get a health refill. I mean, he knows it's probably what he needs to do logic-wise. I'm pretty sure he's almost out of things to do, so we're probably going right back to Dark World.
I suppose if he wanted to, he could do the front of Escape.
True, there is one logical check there. Leaf a little bit low on life trying to get the... Alright, you got the
done.
Alright, it does have that free refill of hearts. Probably will go ahead and take it. It takes a lot more time to die to the Igors and have to walk all the way back than to just get the fairies.
That is for sure.
Alright, take two for Specs. Here we go.
And it looks like he is doing the same thing.
Yeah, beautifully done.
Ouch.
Oh my gosh, now he's in the same spot. Oh my god, now you just need to take that portal to go to Grumpy Fish and hope for like a refill or something. And you can use the portal back with invincibility frames to try and get through a little better. Oh my gosh.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Well, he got the bomber with the fire rod, unfortunately. It got him too.
Yeah. I mean, taking the portal all the way to Grumpy Fish, you just line yourself up, you take it back with some speed, and that allows you to get to the steps at least with invincibility frames to hope for a good RNG, you know, for the enemy. But Leaf decided to go ahead and fill up and use that bug net to go ahead and catch a fairy as well. And then burn the whole room down.
Yeah, you don't need magic. You're gonna get a full refill anyway.
Alright, here we go, Specs. Take 3. Let's go. And he shoots the guard in the butt. I fully approve.
Nicely done. We will not know yet if that was actually the Sanctuary Heart container and it wasn't actually vanilla, but who cares?
Oh no, Specs! Okay, he's fine.
Alright, alright. He can do it.
Take the portal! Take the portal! Invincibility frames do it! Oh no! Hit 1, hit 2!
Oh, nicely done!
First try every time, it's fine. Leaf trying to find the right direction to go. Alright, he's going to Hyrule Castle. He's going to go out east. He knows where main goes. Oh, he's going to clear some of Hyrule Castle. Okay. When Specs finds a refill, well done. Sorry, go ahead.
There absolutely could be something useful here. And if it's the hammer, then everyone who didn't do this is going to feel real silly.
Alright, 5 piece and $20 from Meyer Shed on Spec's side. First check of Leafs is a hard piece as well. Alright, so the rest of the checks in Hyrule Castle are out of logic, but you know what? You've already cleared the back. Who cares? Just go do it. And little fun fact about Hyrule Castle. If you end up going into this entrance from the Dark World, then ropes, snakes, and rats are all 400% stronger than they were offensively and defensively. But going in from the Light World entrance, like Leaf has, everything is just not going to hurt you.
Okay, well there's the other end of Hookshot Cave. That's useful, I suppose.
Yeah, that would have been a good connector, honestly. Alright, Hyrule Castle, not giving us much. We got a heart piece, a compass, and $50. Gonna check out Grumpy Fish on Spec's side. That's gonna be exciting, quote unquote. Oh, he forgot he had the fairy. He's gone, bye!
Oh, a bottle there from Grumpy Fish.
Those are delicate. Was the fish trying to break the bottle? My gosh. Glass shards everywhere.
Also, it's somehow empty despite being kept underwater.
Not wrong. A couple of games too early to put water in there, I guess. What was that? Wind Waker, I think? Water bottles or something? Oh, we get the Sazrala turn in.
Oh, this is interesting.
Out of logic, but... Ew.
Oh, okay.
Ew. Ew, that's like 1/4 of the way to... Ew. Okay, 1/5 of the way to the magic bet. Ed would not approve.
Well, Specs has now found his way to Death Mountain. Gets lucky on his guess there and finds Gary's cave.
Alright, well, we do know gonna get locked at a desert because desert does desert things. So Leaf is getting a little bit of time back, and with the amount of time Spec spent trying to get to Dark Shopping Mall, even better for Leaf trying to play a little bit of catch up here clearing wise. And now Specs finds Death Mountain, so a little more time caught up there too.
Right, there's Quake for Specs. Of course, still no sword. almost 40 minutes in. We know where one is, we just don't have the boots to get it off the library.
The vanilla library. And we're getting a little bit of repeat content here, so we'll give you a first reminder, everybody in chat. Don't forget to give these two runners a follow, Leaf and Specs. Both fantastic runners and a big pool of 31 people running this race. Otherwise, give my co-com a follow. Blue Link is in chat again, along with our tracker, Arturo, doing a fantastic job clicking those buttons. Arturo's got the hardest job here. We got it easy.
Yeah, we just get to clown around without a care in the world. Knowing we're backstopped by one of the best trackers in the business.
Not wrong.
So to bring up what you mentioned about entering Hyrule Castle from the Dark World, I think that was very clever by Leaf. What they did was stepped out the front door, went back in, and then they could death warp a lot faster out of Dark Cross that way.
Yeah. You got your fire rod, so it's super safe to go ahead and get to Dark Cross, and then the death warp is just instant with no mail upgrades. Oh, there's Desert East. Okay, we knew about that. So it's Desert West that I think Leaf went out, so I think Desert Maiden we do not know yet.
Well, Leaf discovering the Desert Small.
Which Specs already has, but decided not to check it. Mostly because Specs probably... Well, there's not going to be Dark Worlds from Specs. He already found Dark Death Mountain on the west side, so... probably just waiting on Desert until the very last end part here, which here we are. So, not in logic for these checks, but it could be something important. Like a mirror.
Oh. Yeah, and with that Dark Turtle Rock Laser Bridge thing, connector area with that mirror, that gives us a couple of things.
It does, and we also have, there's TR East West, there's top of Death Mountain that Specs is going to be able to go and check Tower of Hero entrance. And I don't think there's anything from East Dark World that it gives us anything there. So it's kind of limited in use until we get access to South or West Dark World.
Yeah, that's true.
But TR East West, good to check. That does get us, of course, East Light Dark World, or East Light Death Mountain as well, with the mirror. So that does give us quite a few checks. And that was Mimic Cave up at Tower of Hero, no hammer.
So we found Mimic Cave and Spike Cave now. We just can't navigate those yet.
We got a glove for Spike Cave, just no hammer. It's usually the opposite people forget, right? You got your hammer, you definitely have a glove, right? You go to the back, you're like, I can't lift the rock. Crud.
Yeah, it's happened. It's been known to happen. Okay, so Leaf is going to the pyramid. Specs is taking the main entrance to Desert and can't get back in, but
there it is.
Has that mirror and can go right back.
Exactly. And Leaf is going to check the pyramid. Meanwhile, Specs has the ability to check 2 out of 3 entrances on top of Hyrule Castle, too. Oh, not a hook shot. Gosh darn, I predicted a hook shot.
Well, it's not useless.
Now Leaf's just like, whatever, just tank it, it's fine.
6 hearts, blue mail, you can tank anything now.
So the runners are pretty much looking for a lamp at this point. Lamp puts everything we've done in logic. Except Hyrule Castle basement. Hi, big key on torch we can't get.
Oh, well that's good to note.
It's fine, it's Skullwoods.
Alright, a new exit, and this takes us to West Dark World. Nice.
Well, that's a lot more entrances for spec. Gotta be careful with connectors at this point, though. You do not want to have to make a return trip over here if you can prevent it.
Okay, I didn't know the skull could wiggle its way past the bonk rocks there, but the more you know.
So the thing is, there's got to be a connector up to... Is there? Gosh. The logic in this is pretty confusing at this point. We can get the East Dark World, but there's not much over there. The game wants us to get the mirror, gives us Desert Small, but we're missing a flute or a lamp at this point, I think.
Oh, here's another entrance that mirror gets us.
Chess game, let's go.
Specs doesn't have time to play games. He's gonna go play the digging game. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, and Leaf just did that the way I was thinking that Specs would have. Take the portal, you can just swim super fast to the east, and invincibility frames guide you. No issue getting over there. The game gives us $20. Not much going on.
Right, South Dark World loop here. We're gonna check the K45 entrance.
Thanks, Stumpy. Appreciate that $5. So, Specs elected to go and go south. Did clear out Village of Outcast, headed south. Didn't do any part of Skull Woods. Didn't do Dark Sink or what the shop south of that, or Dark Lumberjack.
Yeah, there's a lot to check here, and not a fun way to get here.
Yeah, it's kind of tough. Sick kid, what were you gonna do with those?
Good thing he didn't also have fire with him.
That mischievous kiddo. I tell you, kids nowadays.
Okay, Leaf back on the map, heading into desert.
There it is. All right. Well, main lamp is in logic. Okay, so Hookshot Cave is your intended way up Death Mountain.
Oh, you know what? That didn't even occur to me somehow. Good point.
Okay, so Mirror is in logic. We're in good shape. Gary's not in logic, but who cares? And we got... Oh, hi. How you doing, Mini Moldorm?
Very nicely done.
Alright, it's gonna give us goods, right? You?
Yeah, the goods. Oh, the lamp.
Okay, now Gary's in logic.
And that gives us a completable Hera.
Not quite. No hammer, no sword. But that does give us 2 more checks on the climb. Ugh.
Right, we're almost 50 minutes in now and we still don't have a sword.
Right? Game teases us early. It's like, maybe I'll get early boots. No. Okay, Specs is coming back down here for East Dark World. Probably top of Hyrule Castle. Or just general Hyrule Castle. I don't think Specs went over there.
That is true. He never checked out the front of his skateboard Dark Cross.
And we, as viewers, have not seen the 2 checks logical on top of the castle, so could be interesting. I mean, every one of our dungeons is in Kakariko, but we still got to find other stuff. I'm just joking. We're still looking for what? Ice Palace, Misery Mire, a couple entrances of Turtle Rock. In Desert North?
The all-important pod.
Oh, there's Pod too, but yeah.
We only have one small key to pod right now.
Yeah, exactly. We got a bow, small key, so 5 checks would be legal in Pod at this point. And
okay,
Specs
so Lee is heading north?
Yes, and Specs turns into the Blue Ranger. Well done.
Probably appreciated in his current condition.
You could say he morphed into it.
Ha, ha, ha.
Ha, ha. Anyway, we're wandering north in Lost Woods. I don't know why Leaf is going this way. This leads to like Dark Lumberjack, maybe? Well, it's a connector.
I always forget what this cave is called.
It's a connector from Turtle Rock. Like, you have to mirror it TR back, and then that's where that connector is.
Well, that's the back desert. And with that mirror, that gives us even... Well, no, we already had access to this. But, yeah, an easier way to get here. One of the few times you're happy to see a Great Fairy for Specs there.
So I think that connector is called Fairy Ascension Exit at the top, and then Entrance at the bottom. Thanks, Tracker.
And Silvers were there for Leaf at the chest game.
Well, we don't have a sword, so Silvers are extra helpful at this point. Oh, there's TR West. Hi, how you doing? And he realizes, hey, chain trumps are in logic. Let's go. You got Silvers, you got a Fire Rod. Those Pokies don't stand a chance. Unless you keep doing that.
Oh, that's some nice colored lava.
Yeah, it's very pretty. It's not purple, but it goes along with Specs' sprite, I guess. That is if Specs was using the color thing and was the one in Turtle Rock, but you know, other than that.
Alright, lava chest is just 20 rupees.
What am I talking about? Specs is using the color shuffler. What am I looking at here? But it's purple, so that's fine.
Alright, Specs is gonna check these couple of checks here with that mirror.
Mimic Cave first. Ice Rod Cave, cool. Ew on one side and kind of ew on the other. So we got
Who
Leaf.
doesn't like seeing a shield? I mean, it's French vanilla. It was in the right dungeon.
Ew. So Specs finds the swamp small.
We have not found the dam yet, but other than that, we do have the flippers to get in there.
Just no hook shot to Specky Clip, and yes, Specs on the right did find that out. In 2, oh my god.
Oh, there's the dam.
No hook shot, no hammer, and swamp is a pendant, according to our tracker there on Specs' side.
Well, I mean, Eastern had something we needed. Surely, this is going to turn into all dungeons, isn't it?
Sure. We'll go with that. Well, Leaf rewarded with Silvers up north. TR East entrance with a couple of checks that he did, but not much going on up here. Oh, hi.
Curiosity shop.
That's not bad. Half magic.
That is really nice. One of my favorite things.
You got a Fire Rod, now you have more reason to use it. Magic used at the end of the game. 6,000. Leaf, are we okay, my friend? There we go. Yay, shop.
Oh yeah, we have one check available in Castle Tower. Okay, this has got to be Skullwoods now for Leaf.
Actually, oh yeah, that's right. Leaf did get that check done. Specs died. Oh, we are getting our first 2 checks at Swamp Palace, which is in logic.
Oh? Oh, okay.
No X shot, no Samaria. But we do have 1 logical check in TR because we know Leaf found TR West. So you simply, oh, that's a nice
well, we
route.
do need that.
We do. So you go into TR West, you take out a couple of pokies, you go to the right, you take the big key door, and that is logical.
Alright, where is Specs heading? Oh, there was something in this log, right?
Oh.
I completely missed this the first time. Well, the first 2 times, actually.
Well, I think you and I were just doing the introduction with me getting here. Oh, goodness gracious.
Goodness. So, that's not in logic, right? Because we had to mirror delete that block.
That's correct. Unless there's an entrance we haven't checked that is available, but I'm struggling to think what that could be. But still no sword, but we can get one now.
Yeah, and Specs is probably going to get it before the 1 hour mark at this rate. That's our 3rd GT small.
That's our 4th. We have Leaf already has 3. So that is our 4th known.
Wow!
So Specs is going to go ahead and check out these exits. What do we got here? Okay, that is funny. Specs, go back in. Check the other entrance. Okay, there you go. So that's not how you get here. So however we get here is from the top that Spec is about to find out.
It's actually funny because, oh, there was a sword right here. Okay.
Just go to Skull, it's fine. Oh, there it is.
Oh!
Okay. Oh,
well...
So, no. So there's either...
those boots to get that other sword.
Well, there's either a cape available or what is it? Another sword elsewhere.
Well, that's a puzzle. That's interesting.
And Specs is not heading towards that sword. Did Specs scout the library entrance?
I think he did. I think him finding it was the one you commented on, and then I only caught it the second time.
I think Lee found it initially. Oh. Oh, okay, we're going to Castle Revenge, or Castle Tower Revenge. We'll see how comfortable Specs is in Castle Tower with no fire. Oh, he's got a fire rod, that's fine.
Finally gets that boomerang to stun things with.
Okay, so there's TR East for Leaf. We do know where the big key is. That's not logical without Hookshot or Samaria, but whatever. Where did the Specs get the lamp?
I think that was in Mini Moldorm Cave, now that I think about it.
Oh, alright. Alright, Specs still starting here, not in CAC, so... Are we going to get the sword now, Specs, or are we checking some more bonk entrances?
Oh, he might not... Oh, there's ice! Oh, yeah, not gonna do that right now.
Well, we got a fire rod, we got a glove, no hammer, no big key, no small keys, so there is some logical checks in nice we could get, but yeah, I want that sword. Oh, and shovel check here. Come on, Specs, you can do that.
He's really cutting it close to that 1 hour mark. He's gonna make us get excited about that.
He's gonna make a liar out of you. What the heck, Specs? Sub-hour sword, we called it. Let's go.
25 seconds, you can do it.
And no free bombs for you. But we got a shovel check from Leaf. Or not. Alright.
He doesn't have the shovel.
Oh, you're right. It's Specs that has the shovel. Alright.
I think that was also in Mini Moldorm Cave.
Sub-hour, sub-hour, sub-hour.
3, 2, wow.
You called it. Easy game.
He totally did that on purpose.
And that's DQ for sniping our stream here. Kidding. He didn't do that. He's just he doesn't know he's doing that to us. He's playing with us.
Okay, so now Specs is gonna go check the back of Hyvo Castle.
Yeah, you got the magic, you got a sword, why not? Get it eaten, Leaf! No! You had one chance!
So Leaf is behind a couple items. There were, those couple of 5-item caves. Well, I guess Paradox is 7, but, you know, the important stuff is on the 5-item cave.
But he's got a legal sword. So at least he's got a weapon, just no boots.
Okay, so Blue Mail does not make you invincible. Leaf's down to half a heart here. In fact, I think Specs was on half a heart when he came into Mini Moldorm Cave.
Beautifully done by Leaf, though. 3 bombs. It's a full clear room. See ya. There's that shovel. There's that lamp.
And the big key to Hera. Hera is actually now completable because of that sword.
Logically, no less, because of Leaf's sword. Specs' sword is illegal. Oh, Leaf.
You have a shield. You could have just turned and faced it.
They're non-existent. They don't exist. It's fine. Either way, Specs back in Tower of Hero. We know it's legal. Sorry, guys.
If you're going to annoy Lana Bean, like, use the shield at least.
No shields.
Oh, Leaf joining Specs in Hera.
Took him long enough. He's like 30 seconds behind. What the heck? Oh my gosh.
Oh, lovely. That's just...
Don't tell Homewrecker. I played a ladder seed yesterday from a prior race, not mine. It had in the basement had a vanilla small key, and in the lobby chest was a Tower of Fear big key. It was quite funny. For Crosskeys.
That is funny.
Ooh,
Oh,
Moldorm.
no.
Moldorm 1, runners none. Now, Specs does it. Leaf will be insurmountably down in crystals. Ooh, Moldorm trying to...
well.
Right. Tried to turn there, didn't quite get the turn off, and Specs taking no chances. We're like, you know what? I gotta have magic, let's go.
Well done. For a piece of heart. And, well, hey, nice heart refill. And crystal number 1 at the 1 hour and 4 minute mark.
Well done for Leaf, also, same thing. Didn't get the refill over. Runs over. Okay.
Alright, and both runners definitely have to check the basement. Like, you don't leave when you just got the small key.
No, you don't leave in this case. There's little enough for Leaf to do.
What? Oh, okay.
There we go. Leaf was debating, I think, and just remembered or something, I don't know. But like, Leaf has done more clearing than Specs. I could almost see Specs doing it. Has not touched some of North Dark World, including Skullwoods. But Leaf has been pretty thorough. I do not see Leaf ever leaving this. How about that double tier basement tile room for both runners at 1 hour and 5 minutes? What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely riveting gameplay. Well, I was gonna ask you about the weather, but looks like Specs is done.
It's supposed to snow on Friday. Everybody's terrified in Seattle. It's funny.
Okay, pod 3.
Probably, possibly, logically required. We just don't know where, Pot is.
In fact, we don't know if pod is even a crystal or a pendant, do we?
Correct. We do know one thing, Blue Link. What do you know what that is?
I mean, I know at least 3 things. I just don't know what you're getting at.
We know where Ice Palace is.
Oh, good point.
And I think Leaf's about to find it. Alright, Specs is going to go for that Desert Big Key. Time to find out what this is, and I think he didn't dig either, so... No, nothing got the dig spot. Oh, Rokshake, first check, maybe try and pull it over here.
Oh, pod small. Okay.
Pod small, nice. Alright, looks like Specs trying the hover.
Alright, you can do it. We believe in you.
Ooh, good effort, and we're going for attempt number 2. Let's go!
Right, you gotta get in the zone. You gotta visualize and not do that.
Toss the pot. Get wrecked, pot. Alright, 3rd time's the charm. It's fine. We got this, Blue Link. And we're done.
Well, it was a good try. Valiant effort. We respect it.
We respect it. You did well. You did get part way further than I probably would have gotten with my cold hands. Alright, but we did get the big key off of the torch. Maybe Ice Palace Big would push him to ice, but what did I predict earlier? Skull Big off this?
That'd be funny.
Well, he'd get Master Sword, I guess. And that would, I don't know, give him the second sword.
I think the Swamp Big would be funniest. Oh, the Pod Big. Okay. That's acceptable as well.
That's fine. Where's Pod, game? Alright, so Leaf has not gotten that boost illegally from Wood's chess game, so we're just gonna meander down south. Ooh, East, Dark Death Mountain. Both runners making the exact same play again. We're about to find out what the difference is between Boots running over here and walking.
Well, the Lionels are just messing with our data right now. Not sure how much we can trust that.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, Super Money Cave.
Did we find the other end of that? I don't think we did. Oh, we did, I think. I'm pretty sure we found that.
Oh no, Leaf's already got the items from here. He must have found the other entrance at some point.
I think both runners did. I think in fact Specs, found it first. Oh, another small key. Cool.
Well, we have almost all of the Singleton small keys. It's just Thieves Town that we haven't found yet.
Well, we know where Laser Bridge is, so technically, if you do get your TR big key in your specs, you get a hammer or something like that. That is a fully clearable Turtle Rock from the back with one small.
Yeah, we have one Meyer Small, which is adequate. Ice Palace.
We don't technically need these small keys, but they're helpful to have one. So Leaf, I mean, technically the desert connector over here seems to be what we need to do.
Oh, upgrade fairy.
Not even buying a bomb upgrade, my gosh. Ow.
Okay, well, Specs is heading in the right direction to get that Master Sword. So, no hammer, no hookshot. What are we actually supposed to be doing right now, I'm wondering? Oh yes, Mario as well, thank you to our tracker.
So the most suspicious track that comes to mind is one that Specs has available with that TR Big Key. The TR West entrance is legal. You take out the Pokeys, you go to the right, you go through the Big Key door, and there is one chest just before Laser Bridge. That is fully unlogic at this point. Could have Vanilla Mario. French vanilla. Kind of, different dungeon. I'm wrong. What was I thinking? But it could have something important.
I mean, we haven't seen Meyer yet, but Vanilla Samaria is still possible, I suppose.
Well, Leaf is finally going to get his Swamp Palace small. That may push him into ice to get that, or swamp to get that ice rod. But there's only two things that stand out: Ice Palace right now, and that one TR chest.
Wasn't the dam like right around here as well?
Yeah, Leaf's about to find it. Swamp Small and the dam right next to each other.
Ah, you're right. Oh, here is an entrance that Leaf did not check. And just a shot.
We did have a question in chat here. We have all the checks in Swamp we could do. We have no hammer, no hook shot. We can't get past the next part. So first two checks, Swamp Palace, all we can get.
Well, half magic for Leaf.
Well, Leaf first with the sword and Specs first with the Master Sword. Just took him an additional, 12 minutes and change.
Alright, Leaf doing the obvious play into Swamp. Alright, there was something interesting in this cave here for Specs. It is... that! The silvers, yes. Alright, Leaf out onto the TR bridge. Or, not the TR bridge, that was the other thing, never mind.
Oh. Well, not logic, but yeah, let's do it. It's a crystal. Why not?
Well, Master Sword, 3 hearts. I think Specs has something in a bottle. Maybe a fairy? I don't remember now.
Yeah, should be okay. Moth hopefully gonna be if you're okay. 2 hits, halfway there. We got 4 contacts.
3, and nicely done!
Yep. 4 spins or a combination of 8 fire rod hits and spins.
Alright, second crystal at 1 hour 15 minutes almost exactly.
I think Ice Palace was in this region where Leaf is going, wasn't it? Oh, okay. TR Big, we're gonna find out what this chest is I was worried about. Along with the Out of Logic Big Chest. You're a good, Leaf. There you go.
Oh, awkward.
Yeah, that's not what we want, though. This chest behind here is what we're here for. As it seems to be either this or Ice Palace where we need to go.
Alright, it is just a bomb refill, which is not completely useless for Leaf at least.
Well, gonna have Ice Palace choice here pretty quick. Spec still says no thank you to that chest. He's like, I know where TR East is, it's fine.
Oh, we haven't seen good old regular Bonk Rocks yet.
And for good reason. Specs is about to get that 10 bomb refill. Or... oh, he hasn't even done this end. Okay, it's fine.
Is Leaf heading... I don't know.
Well, unfortunately for Leaf, not going to be able to get into Paradox to get those boots. Gonna be able to check the other 2 entrances, which I don't think is done. Or we have another plan. Okay.
I don't remember what was over here at all.
It's a very long time ago. Oh, okay.
Well, Burna's not going to be completely useless.
Ew, Specs
Yay.
put it back. Speaking of Burna.
Alright, where to now?
Ice Palace, please, somebody go there. First one that goes there wins.
Okay, well, Leaf is finally going to go check out the top of Hyrule Castle. Specs is going to go to Dark Cross.
This is where Leaf's boots are, but no Master Sword, no cape, no boots.
Absolutely tragic.
Have we started at Mountain Start yet? I cannot recall. Do we even know where Mountain Star goes?
The Old Man Cave, the front entrance is in Kakariko.
Oh.
The back entrance, I think, was Desert East. Back of Desert, but no big key.
That's not gonna work, Specs. Oh, never mind, it's fine. Yeah, it's very true, Otero. It's just one of those things, it's like, it's not logic, but and it might not even been Leaf's mind at this point. Like, you would think if it was, he would have made his way back up there a bit ago.
Yeah, I mean, the 7 items when you're sort of this scattered, if you remember is there, it's probably something you're going to go for. Oh yeah, another Bonk Rock check here for Specs.
Idle logic, don't do it!
Oh? Another TR small that we don't explicitly need. Oh, the Meyer area!
Oh, I don't think Specs took this. Is this our logic? Did we find our logic blooming?
But you're not taking the map?
Leave, you're avoiding. Oh, we got Specs going into ice, but this may no longer be the answer. Oh, oh, but he doesn't have as many keys as Specs does.
Oh my!
Oh, it's dancing woman connector. Oh, look, she's dancing.
Oh, okay, he's gonna pick up this map. To Ice Palace. Interesting.
Well, Specs is a nice palace. Wait, did Leaf mirror? Leaf!
No! There was a cave up there. And we definitely haven't seen that one as an exit, have we?
Not that I'm aware of. Ice is a crystal, Myers a crystal, did not catch anything else. Okay, I think Skull...
Leaf heard you.
There it is. But we do have Bombus for Meyer. Can do it.
Oh.
And Specs, assuming Hammer's not going to be an ice, not even going to do ice IPBJ. In this particular case, you're so close. IPBJ is great if you find a Hammer there. And the thing about Leaf, though, he's going to wait until the end, but he's still going to be able to get almost as many checks as Specs can in Pod. He's just going to miss out on Harmless Equay and Big Key Chest, which is not even logical for even Specs. Oh, there's that skull small. We knew it was around here somewhere. Oh, a Specs spell. Oh, he realized they didn't have a key, so he had to fall. Okay. And the thing is that even once Leaf does find a cape or another sword, Boots has not done diddly poo for us, so Leaf could still just avoid Spec Rock without much of an issue. Hi, Book.
Book? Well, that's a fun fetch quest.
That gives us Ether and Bombos tablets. Oh, he's gonna pick up that map, okay. He shot the map! I didn't know he could do that.
Tanked it like a champ.
Oh my gosh, he just shot the map, and then it ended up being Eastern Palace anyway.
He knew, he just had to make the map understand its place in the world. Alright, so this is straight to Bombos tablet for Specs.
So at this point, it's where Leaf is, Bombos Ether tablet, or Skullbag. Oh, hi, Upshot! That's Hookshot Cave. That is... You could sequence break Pendant Swamp. Hey, we know where Specs is. I don't think Specs... No, I don't think Leaf has the pod big.
That's right. Was that the one on the Desert Torch?
Yes, that was. So, boots locked. So if another sword or a cape is logically gettable for Leaf, that makes pod multi-dip required regardless of hammer. Logically, at least.
I forget what was over here at Light Shopping Mall that Specs is returning for.
Okay, so Leaf found nothing but a hook shot, and that's all we've got. Logically, simply because Specs does have four pod smalls, but one of them was in Paradox, so at most I think we have access to 3 pod keys, so whatever Leaf is going to find from now on is technically out of logic.
That is good to know. But of course, logic is a bit of a pretzel thing right now.
Yeah, it makes it easier to read what you should be doing, but at this point it looks like Hookshot Cave. Or TR, or what was it, Skull Big Chest, or what Spec is about to do with Bombo's tablet.
Well, the map of Pod was in Pod, and Pod is a crystal.
Well, that's neat. It's out of logic, though, we can't read that.
Powder! Oh my goodness!
Oh, where's CT2? Come on, CT2, be here in Pod.
Chat asking about Paradox Cave. So, one entrance, or the bottom floor exit that you need the mirror to delete that block to get into was how Specs got in there. The middle floor was at King's Tomb, and we don't have the mitts, and the top was the middle of the top of Hyrule Castle, protected by the barrier. But since the only other sword we know about requires the boots to get, which were in Paradox, that means that was not in logic.
Yup, that's how it is. So we do know at this point Hookshot Cave has to have something, question mark? Because I'm pretty sure Specs is now wondering what he's supposed to do. Specs doesn't know he's just supposed to go
to
the top of yeah, back there. Specs doesn't know we just have to go to the top of Hyrule Castle, mirror, and check left. Hi. Okay, Hookshot is suddenly Meyer. Okay, cool.
Actually, this is a huge bailout because Leaf doesn't have the boots.
No Samaria, but does have a small key for routing, I guess. And the big key. So Leaf is sticking super close to logic. Specs is wondering what he's done wrong, and he doesn't know he just has to go out Hyrule Castle West and take a connector. So Specs is far enough out of logic that he's like, the boots did nothing for me. Where go? Okay, so Leaf is going to go ahead and continue out of logic left side. Meyer, oddly enough, left side Meyer, the fire locked areas are locked by 3 Meyer small keys. We've got 1.
Well, if you're here, you may as well take your coffee break. I mean, it's not quite as long a coffee break, but...
That is correct, Artero. The block deletes are not logic.
And of course, I am just repeating what I've heard other people say. I am not an authority on the subject of logic in any way, shape, or form.
Alright, so this is not where Leaf is likely to find progression. But the big chest and basically 5 checks overall in Mire are in complete logic. And at this point, highly likely have a sword or a cape. Ice Palace led to nothing.
Which is actually really surprising.
But that being said, like Mire Hookshot gave something like that, it's got to be more than that, because Specs got the boots, and the boots did nothing, but he's going where he needs to go.
Well, here is a room in Mire that you rarely ever see. Alright, half the checks in Mire are done. We don't have Smarria, so we can't do Vitreous. There's Spike Chest here coming up.
Yeah, this one's legal. Big Chest is legal. The chest south of here is legal, so we got stuff.
Oh!
There's the boots. Alright, boots are in full logic. The book is in... Yeah, there's this... Oh my gosh. And Leaf is in position to connect right over there to check Castle Tower Main, get the boots.
Oh, the useless Hyrule Castle key. Puts all that junk in the front of Escape into logic.
Okay, so Hookshot Cave, at this point, I think has to have something, because all Specs got out of logic was just moot. Hi, Hammer!
What? Oh my goodness! What a huge find!
Wow. The bailout, my gosh.
And so Pod's completable now for Specs.
Yes, he does not know it, but he's in a crystal pod. Probably going to go and just beat it from this direction, come back in. Find the map and sob just a little bit, but he's probably beating it from this direction. And unfortunately, Leaf, riding it the way that they have, not going back there anytime soon.
Yeah, they would need to find both of those small keys at least, and the big key that Specs has to consider it.
And even then, you're not going to have a hammer going back in a pod, so... I just don't see this as great, unfortunately.
Oh, that was close. I don't remember how many checks Leaf got out of Pod, but, like, you're not gonna go back there thinking the hammer's actually there and you just didn't get it.
Exactly. Like, unless the game just forces 4 more small keys on you, it's not gonna agree to go back there. Leaf is gonna want to try and get hammer before going back to Pod, even with the big key. It's a rough spot that Leaf is in. That being said, Crystal number 2, right up there with the Specs before Specs beats it.
Alright, the final hallway before Helma. Doing a nice Burna dash. Nice bomb strats there to start things off. And a single silver arrow.
See, troll thingy, Helmasaur, that's the word I'm looking for.
heart container. And crystal number 3.
2 of our crystals are out of logic. 1 of our pendants are out of logic, or our pendant. And 3 out of our 4 dungeons are just not logic, it's fine. Hookshot cave, here we go. Okay, we knew about that one.
Useless map. The mushroom!
We know where Potion Shop is.
So we do know we need to beat GT, because that's where Ganon's hiding. Which we haven't found, but other than that, we just need Samaria, right?
Let's take a look. We need to turn that mushroom for 1. Samaria does get us, TR does get us Meyer. We need Desert North. I don't think we know where Desert North is. If it's a crystal.
Good point. It's Desert or Thieves for our last crystal, and we need one of those big keys.
Yeah.
Oh, so, we did find back of Desert according to our tracker.
Did we? Oh, okay, our tarot, it's keeping us on track, thank you. And Leaf, about to get something he's gonna wish he got earlier. Oh, there's the cake, the pod, big chest.
Oh my.
So is... No, boots are not locked in. How deep in logic are the boots? Holy moly.
Well, that's going to be a welcome find, but also a bit of a facepalm, perhaps, from Leaf.
Maybe? I mean, there's always a chance Leaf could have either completely forgotten about the entrance or mismarked it. So suddenly Leaf is back up to where Specs is with those 4 pot smells, but I do not see him going back there anytime soon. Mushroom is kind of top priority if it's me.
Specs is into Meyer, so that little advantage is not going to last long.
Nope. And Specs gets to do this with a pair of booties.
Oh, and he's going to get his Tempered Sword in here as well.
Yes, he will. Oh my gosh, Leaf is about to go at the bottom and be like, oh crap.
Yep.
Well, that was available with Mirror. Yeah, I'm sorry, Specs. Or not Specs, Leaf.
Of course, Leaf does not know this yet, but those boots aren't actually required for any other checks, but they do get that Tempered Sword, which Leaf could quite possibly pick up and scoop Specs on the sword count just by a little bit.
Looks like that may be the case.
Oh, boots are required for Ice Palace. Thank you, Arterral.
Which we know had nothing, but Specs could not beat it with that hammer he got out of Logic Pod. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's going to be a trap for Leaf. And then the book. Oh, just Wild Goose Chase after Wild Goose Chase. Alright, Specs is out of Mire.
Alright, Specs being equally disappointed did skip cutscene chest though.
Yep, fortunately for him, that won't burn him.
Nah, Specs loves skipping that. Loves that swamp that. He got trained by the one and only Gamma Shoe. Those are checks you just don't do.
Speaking of swamp, there is a lot we can do there now.
Maybe a little incentive for Leaf to go back to pod. Maybe he needs to go back to pod, Leaf, please.
Yeah, you've doubled your small key count and found the big key. If that's not a hint, I don't know what is.
Well, the concern is that most people do route in Harmless Equay before routing in the big key chest. So if he does Harmless Equay and it's nothing, and he decides, you know, whatever, let's just do the big key chest and reset. Oh my god, it's the hammer, I can no longer beat it. That's trouble a little bit.
Yeah, that I had not considered that.
Tempered Sword for Leaf too.
So we're also running out of entrances for GT, and both of the medallion entrances are bombos, so we could very well end up needing that too.
Mushroom. I think it's all we have. Literally, between the two runners, I think Mushroom is all we have.
Well, I wonder where Leaf is... Oh, well, Leaf's checking these out first. This is going to be mildly unfortunate.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Like, Specs does have Etalogic Ice Palace, but that can only help him really if the Mushroom is a nice big key or something like that.
Yeah, Leaf is perfectly understandably going to go into ice.
Got a small key that Specs did not have, so routing gonna be a little bit easier.
Specs with that hammer now could go pick up that blue bottle at the magic bat drop down, but probably in good enough shape that you're not going to waste time doing that.
Probably.
Alright, Specs has the Skullwood's big key.
Womp womp. Doesn't even route in getting rid of the shield. Pickets right to the left, Specs.
Oh, another Great Fairy in a somewhat inconvenient location.
Yay! Okay, looks like Specs may be turning in the Mushroom. Oh wait, Specs doesn't have the Mushroom yet.
That's right, that was in Hookshot Cave. Oh yeah, he's about to... Oh yeah, right, it was right here.
Okay, that's really convenient.
Oh, Leaf spent the key.
Yeah, I couldn't get the one under the pot for the under the rock for the reimbursement, so yeah, there you go. Specs was going to do that and realized last second that, oh, I just better fall. Turn around, Specs, turn in Mushroom. No. There you go. Nope, nope, there we go. Oh, okay.
He heard you.
And now he's thinking, how can I route in Magic Shop in 35 minutes after these other checks? This seat has not been kind. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I've forgotten where the other end of this hookshot cave goes.
Death Mountain, I think.
Yep, your memory's better than mine.
I play this mode way too much. Just the other week, I played 5 in one day. Let's go.
How? How?
I don't know. I had a free day. I was on staycation. I was like, you know what? Let's play a scene. Let's play another. Let's play another. Okay, let's take a break. Then we'll play 2 more.
Oh yeah, mini bullroom cave here. Also, spike caves available.
Also had logic.
This could be Leaf heading for the potion shop.
Did he remember to turn on the mushroom?
Yeah, he did.
Okay. I think this has gotta be it. I think Skull Big Chest was the only other thing we had, but that turned out nothing. Oh, I forgot about this. Okay. Maybe it's not mushroom. Maybe it's that. Ticket to nowhere.
This was a small key? And that's a small key. Okay. Pod and pod. Okay.
Pod 5 and 6, respectively, at the same time. Thanks, game. So we now have commentator knowledge of the hammer being in logic.
Well, is Leaf gonna go back to pod anytime soon? That's the question. Okay, specs into swamp. This makes sense. There's 8 checks here.
Well, and to our knowledge, we now have the hammer in logic, and the hammer's done nothing. So Swamp Palace is now looking like logically the next play.
Nice Specky from Specs.
Oh my Lanta, Specs is doing left side spot.
I mean, at this point, I don't know, actually. You're probably looking for Bombos as well as Samaria and 1 big key, so yeah. Alright, Specs approaching the first of 2 checks on left side swamp. Leaf's checking the ether tablet.
And we'll be disappointed. Heartbeats and left side swamp. And big key chest we've got. And more disappointment. Spec says in his head, I should have gone in the back like I thought I should have.
You know, that book still has a slim chance of actually being required.
Yes, do tell me.
Well, if Samaria is on Magic Bat, then there was no way we could have fake powdered.
Not wrong, did not think about that. Where's CT2?
Oh, just more cash there in the compass chest.
Almost up to 1,000 again, though.
You know, all of this exploring and checks we've made, we still don't have the swamp big key, so we're gonna have to leave that one behind.
Thankfully, it's one of those checks that doesn't... All the big key does is lock the chest. it has no legal or logical implications, I guess, to...
Oh, there.
You were saying?
Ignore me. Honestly, though,
I think
like, if it was right there, would you have gone back? I don't know.
Yes, I would have instantly. Blue Link has graduated to the next level of commentary. It's called the Commentary Curse. Or maybe Foresight. But Blue Link,
if it was Foresight, I don't know if the runners would appreciate what I've been doing to them.
Welcome to the club.
Okay, Leaf is in the right place.
Oh, Leaf making the plays. Just do big key chest, please, for the love of... Oh, he's got 5 keys, doesn't he? So he's good. He's going to check it. All right.
Did Specs check Harmless Heckway?
No, he had 4 smalls coming in. So he had to choose either big key chest or the Harmless Heckway. He beat the dungeon. So Leaf does get 1 extra check, and so far Swamp Palace empty. Oh my gosh.
Oh my.
So he's gonna have to come back into that big chest. I think once you're committed.
So 2 potentially hilarious checks on the table here. Harmless Heckway and the Swamp Big Chest.
We're gonna get at least one of those really quickly, the other one coming up.
Okay, well, that's 1 down.
Alright, Swamp, Big Chest, are you the answer?
Nope!
Oh my Lanta. The game wants us to go to GT, but continues to say, good luck finding it. Ooh, Leaf with the issue with the hammer. Yep, that's okay. You leave the room, you go back. Oh my gosh, the bridge is back.
Awfully convenient of whoever designed the dungeon, yeah?
Right? Probably Q&A being like, this is really annoying. Could you all fix that?
There's the cape. Oh, is this Spike Cave? It is Spike Cave.
Oh, baby.
Oh, the butter stick! Yay!
Okay. Game.
Alright, so, Ice Palace, the rest of that for Specs. Chat, yes, hammer pegs have not been checked, but that is because we don't have the mitts to get over there yet. Same with the smith chain.
Mitts gives us a couple checks. Castle Tower Small Key gives us 1 check.
The big key to the wrong dungeon gives us 1 more check as well. Actually, the big key to the wrong dungeon gets us the check on the boss and head.
True. Specs, just... You're fine. And we are once again doing an out-of-logic dungeon on Specs' side. And neither runner has logical access to beating Pot, but between them we know where all 6 pot keys are, so it's fine. Well, let's count the amount of dungeons we have that are technically legal at this point. Eastern Palace, we found the lamp, we're good. Kira's good. Pod is finally good. Skullwoods, we're still missing 2 small keys. Swan Palace is also legal, so most of our dungeons are good at this point.
I think we're only missing 1 Skullwoods small key. I know Leaf picked one up, and one of them's always vanilla, right? In pinball chest.
Yes, that's always a vanilla. So if we... Oh, there's one in the Ice Palace too, right? Oh, right side ice for hammer locked. Ooh. So the boss isn't in logic, but these 2 things are. Maybe.
Oh, the mitts!
There they are! There's our logic! And no Samaria to get it illegal. Oh, wait, you can't even get that with Samaria. Never mind. You can get the big key chest. That chest, you actually do need the hammer and a glove.
That's just plain rude.
Can confirm. There, my Gyarados Gold Small you're talking about.
Hey, wait, Specs could have gotten that one already on the first trip, right? But he didn't?
Correct. I don't think it was in logic at the time he was in before. But he was like, whatever this time.
Oh, yet another big chest we have to leave behind.
Okay, so we gotta assume Mitz unlocks GT at this point. I mean, come on.
Alright, Butterstick, Half Magic Fire Rod. This is going to be absolutely trivial. Nicely done.
What's a cold stare? I didn't see anything.
I just saw some explosions. And... Oh, you know, I completely missed the opportunity to comment on how I love Ice Palace in Palette Shuffle because it reminds me of the Temple of Seasons in Oracle of Seasons and, you know, the various color schemes they got going on there.
Very pretty.
So, Samaria is locking 2 of our bosses. Bombos is locking 2 entrances. But Specs is going to go put those mitts to use right now.
And Leaf about to be monumentally disappointed that we didn't go to Ice first. Which I get it, there's a lot of checks here. It makes a lot of sense. And are we GT?
It
hey,
is? Oh!
Baby.
So Bombos may actually not be required. Okay.
Oh, baby. I was thinking about saying give us nothing but a CT small, we'll be happy. Except we're not. But no less, it's not. This is probably going to get Specs in near go mode.
Oh, mystery
oh.
big key. Is it just going to be ice? Thieves Town, okay.
That could be pedestal. Out of logic, but still.
Yeah, 50-50, that's the one we want. 50-50 gives us ped.
So, devil's advocate, if you clear GT, you find nothing but a CT small. You're probably doing ag at that point, right?
Yeah. Oh, there's Samaria.
Never mind.
So, that's
potential
okay.
gun.
Yeah, and you have to do the climbs. You may as well do that while you're here.
Yep, you're just leaving. You're assuming gun mode at this point. So at this point, Specs finishes up GT. Probably flush the climb just in case you happen to get a desert big. and then you're heading straight over to Thieves Town to confirm your go mode, or you could just beat Turtle Rock really quick, beat Mire really quick, and then go into Thieves Town. Makes more sense, I think, at this point, just to go to Thieves Town, as long as the entrance is okay, which I think it's just in Kakariko. Whereas if you beat Turtle Rock, you're getting kicked out of another entrance. So yeah, I think you just go to Thieves Town, you do the 3 checks you could do just in case you get Desert Pig. And then, if assuming it's a crystal, you just take care of TR back, which is right where in Kakariko, along with all the other dungeons. And then you just go to Ganon, or you go to Mire and Ganon.
Yeah, that sounds sensible. Okay, well that was Sankheart there in the Swamp Big Chest. Specs that saved and quit too fast for us to know.
Thank goodness, I was on the edge of my seat.
Well, okay, normally finishing times are something we save till the end, but we're at the 2-hour mark, and I can tell everyone we have 1 finisher and 2 forfeits.
So Hammer was huge in this seed. Like, Hammer just unlocks right side Ice Palace to get your Mitts, to go to GT to get your Samaria, and frankly your Thieves Town Big Key, and boom.
All around, this seed has been one of the best I've watched. Certainly seems like a nightmare to play.
It's trolling.
Mirror Shield, yes!
Oh my god.
Perfect seed now. Couldn't possibly be better.
Trolliest seed ever. No, I'm kidding. The trolliest seed ever was me getting Mirror Shield in the first 5 minutes for seed.
I think I remember watching that one.
I think I was racing.
Did you reset?
I don't think I did. I couldn't. They gave them to me too fast. I was watching. It was restreamed, and I was racing Scottish Brave, I believe, and we both had the Mirror Shield the first 5 or 6 minutes of the seed. I think it was Crosskeys too. I know it couldn't have been. I forget what it was. Something. We just got 3 quick shields. She felt so sorry for me, but at the same time, she hates him as much as I do. So it was horrible.
Alright, well, Moldorm took another round off Specs, but Specs gets revenge, gets a small key to Ice Palace, and is on his way to Aga 2. I think the race I was thinking of is when you picked up 2 shields in Hype Cave, and then the commentators were asking if you were about to reset, and then you actually did.
Always. I remember that one. I am right next to my Super Nintendo. I could just hit that reset button like nobody's business. I know, it's fine.
I don't think that counted as a triple. Oh,
no, probably
Cape
not.
Strats. Very clever. Good old triple-double. And that's Aga 2 down for Specs. Just 3 more crystals to go pick up.
Now, Leaf is right where he needs to be at this point. Not that I think he had many other places to go, but that's beside the point. And again, we don't know, chat. We don't know if we're actually in go mode. We have a 50-50 shot of being in go mode. I am not happy. No shields make me happy. Shields are evil.
Right, Leaf just tanking some hits here, knowing that Blue Mail's gonna put in the work.
Okay, looks like Specs taking care of Meyer.
Alright, Leaf about to get their mitts.
The path to probable go mode. But as you were saying earlier, this seed is a good watch without being super trolly. Like poor Leaf, unfortunately, with that pod dip, with lacking 2 smalls, and then Leaf also not doing the bottom of Paradox, and the fact that he went out there and thought for a minute, he either forgot that he found that entrance earlier, forgot to mark it, or never looked at that entrance at all, and just, oh my gosh, late boots.
Yeah, to be fair, Specs didn't go there like right away after getting the mirror. Even there was a bit of a delay also on his part.
Absolutely.
Alright, Leaf about to drop in on Cold Stare. Oh, doesn't quite get the spin there, but still has half a magic bar to unload.
Also didn't do Spike Gate, no better. But still, great fight, well done, Leaf, good recovery. I don't think Leaf's going to be getting better. I think Leaf is going to chase those mids immediately. And hopefully
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Hopefully just go, don't get fancy, don't go up Death Mountain to check TR. Wait, you can't. We need Bombos, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I guess you're just at this point. Yeah, you're probably just going straight Hammer Pegs. And then if Hammer Pegs wouldn't turn out, you're going Smith Chain.
So Mothiel is in Logic now.
Yay! Alright, Specs picks up Crystal number 5.
Alright, Specs is mirroring and gonna go to... I think this is Thieves? Yep.
You got to at this point. I mean, if you beat Turtle Rock, you're going to get kicked out of TR main, which I don't think we've even seen.
It could just be vanilla, that would be hilarious.
True.
Oh, Leaf is delivering the Smith first, okay.
I stand corrected. I mean, it's quick. It's fine. It could be 3 bombs. We need a bomb refill. It's fine.
Oh? Ice.
Oh my gosh. So the game wanted you to leave after getting the mitts. That is hilarious.
At least the seed has the decency of making the logic completely ridiculous without actually requiring the runners to do all of the things.
Well, there's one exception. If Thieves Town is not our final crystal, and if suddenly the Desert Big Key is sitting a nice big chest, unlikely, yeah, it could be a thing.
Yeah, but let's see. So Eastern was appended, and it had our Moon Pearl. Swamp was appended, it had our Ice Rod, and Desert had the Mirror, so I'm gonna say Desert has to be the pendant. Otherwise, you know, then the pattern is just a joke, and then, you know.
Not wrong.
Oh, Leaf has the Thieves Town Big, is gonna pick up a small key, and no, key.
He's got
Samaria, that's right.
Yeah, once he gets Samaria, hopefully he just does what Specs does, just climbs.
Oh,
and, oh my gosh.
Oh,
All right, Leaf does indeed mirror and leaves. So Leaf, you need to beat the dungeon. I mean, you're right next to two beatable dungeons, but still.
Where are they going?
Well, they got a beatable thieves down right now. You're trying to find out if you're in go mode.
I suppose that's fair. I mean, yeah, GT is right there. Well, in about less than a minute, we're going to find out. Nicely done. It's the crystal! We get advanced knowledge from the map on the boss. So, this is actually go mode. Specs picks up crystal number 6 and just needs to go beat Trinax and then
Which
Ganon.
is right next door.
You know, once Leaf finds out this is a crystal, they might actually skip all the checks up the GT climb and actually finish without the Butter Sword or the Mirror Shield.
We can only hope. What else can you want? I mean, you've got to have magic, you have tempered, you have silvers. It's fine. Don't fluff anything. Ignore everything on the climb. Everything's fine.
I mean, a late game flute just for the, thumbing the nose would be funny.
Oh my gosh. That flute, is it? It's just in GT, right?
It could be right here. Nope, okay. Well, that is... Oh my goodness. Okay, well, that's crystal number 7 for Specs.
Time to go face the big pig. And Leaf about to find out that, yes, you are indeed in go mode.
Oh, that's where it spits us out. Okay.
Yeah, we were never able to find that. We're good. Yeah, I mean, it's your back. It's legitimate, yeah. Or as I said, it just checks out. I do like Specs. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Well, I was just going to say we never actually also got to check the Pyramid Fairy entrance, which was another potential goofy thing that could have happened.
Okay, I totally missed that there was a map to Thieves Town on the boss. That was hilarious. Our last two maps to the last two unknown dungeons were in Thieves Town.
Alright, Leaf is gonna do TR. Okay. And here's Ganon. I think normally we would be switching to Specs' audio, but his audio is not usable today, unfortunately. Alright, here's phase 3.
Okay, gonna finish off the big pig here. 1, 2, 3. We're done. Blue Link, well, yeah, he's giving the times, I suppose. Oh my gosh.
Yep, he is going to finish 8th overall with an official time of 2 hours, 14 minutes, and 37 seconds, coming in just 16 seconds ahead of 9th place Armalex. So, in first place with an absolutely titanic 1 hour, 56 minutes, 59 seconds, we have the 2023 main champion, or main tournament champion, Ganon's Gone Wild, and then a full 6.5 minutes behind that, in second place, Furious Magic. So, GG to Specs. That was an absolute monster of a seed.
And third through seventh, we got Incoherent, Maximum Barnage, Icure, Zelga, Plasma Kappa. That is quite a field there.
And P-Train just drops in 10th place with a 2:16.04.
And a reminder to everybody, this is a field of 31 runners. So top 10 finish in a field of 31 is still top 33%. We'll see if we can get Specs in here for an interview, unless Discord is being rude to Specs as well. That being said, Leaf is just going to Meyer. Going to beat that. Take care of Viddy. And all done. So just got to take all these connectors to go to, Meyer area and then desert area, and take another connector to go to top of Bumper to Mirror to finally get to Meyer.
I mean, when you say it like that, it sounds a lot longer than it actually ends up being, but still quite a bit of a pain to get here. We are, in fact, joined by Specs. GG.
GG, Specs. If you can hear us, my friend, we cannot hear you.
Whoops, my mic was off. I should be
There you are.
Thanks for the GGs. Thanks for commenting, Blue Link, Bean, and Arturo. Thanks for the checking. Thanks everyone for watching.
So, how about that hammer?
I feel like I probably got the pod later than a lot of other people, and so I probably made up some time with where the hammer was. Because I definitely botched the seed at a few spots. Particularly, I confused the Death Mountain Descent cave with the Old Man Save and Quit, the dark area. I thought that connector on top of Castle Tower, those two entrances, I didn't realize that that Descent. I thought it was the back of Old Man Save and Quit, so I didn't check it forever, and so I hard lasso-cated it until I realized, oh wait, that's not Old Man. So I botched the seed on that pretty big. But when I went to pod, I had a bunch of pod smalls. I got the hammer where some people might not have.
Yeah, we were talking about that a little bit. You had some good luck going in sequence breaking, spec or paradox, getting boots and things, but then that led to nothing. Just more chain quest with or chain things with just no rewards. What, the book and all this other stuff?
Yeah, definitely. It was the secret gave me direction, and I kind of knew I'm like I messed up. I was getting the idea that book in Ice Palace, I don't even know if that was technically in logic, because I had no Ice Palace smalls or anything. I'm not totally sure, but it was I definitely messed up. So I knew for a little bit. I'm like, I missed something. I feel like in my Crosskeys lately, I keep every seat I keep forgetting one thing, and then I lasso-cate it. So I've been having a bad run of that lately. So that was the worst mistake, and then I should have done ice before I did all of Pendant Swamp, because Swamp had nothing, so I wasted time. If I had gone to Ice Palace, which I knew was a crystal, I would have gotten my mitts, and I would have gotten to the seed a whole lot faster. So, botching the whole Dark Connector, and then going to Pendant Swamp before Crystal Ice. So my main complaints to the seed of what I routed wrong.
Yeah, we saw you pause a little bit. You were kind of thinking through your entrances, saving, quitting, starting, running, taking an exit, going, uh-oh, save and quit, do that again. All right, where else are we going? Okay, there we go. And that's kind of, I think, when the light hit about top of Fyro Castle.
I was like, I'm on the restream. I don't want to have to forfeit because I couldn't figure out what I messed up on. I'm like, last time I was restreamed 2 weeks ago, it was a reference, and I literally just forgot to talk to Moldrum NPC who had my boots. So I'm like, which meant I couldn't find the Moon Pearl and Pod, and I had to forfeit the seed 2 hours in. So I'm like, I don't want to do that again. So I'm like, I'm just gonna keep doing things, try to like just do things while I try to figure this out. So I did the back of Old Man, realized it went not where I thought it did. So basically by luck, I figured out what I did wrong, just trying to do stuff. So that was, I barely didn't forfeit the seed, barely.
Well, that's a good thing you were able to recover like that, because yeah, it's never a good thing when you have to see somebody just being confused and not sure what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, I would have felt pretty bad. And I would have felt bad doing it 2 restreams in a row on Speed Gaming. That would have felt pretty bad.
You're talking with somebody who forgot to talk with the potion vendor, the bottle vendor, for a fire rod. And had to forfeit on a restream. Don't you worry about it. You're good.
Yeah, I know everyone's been there, but it's a horse. So I think considering some of the misplays I did and some of the I did some overclearing in the seed where I really should have picked something that was a little more, I'll say, aggressive or more direct in terms of moving through the seed. I'll take my placement and time on this. But yeah, a couple decisions I could have done better and not confusing my connectors.
You skip cutscene chest. That's pretty good.
I will almost always do that skip unless I have 3 Myra Smalls or what's early in the game and I have 2 Myra Smalls and I figure the third will show up. Otherwise, I skip that a lot. I don't skip much else in Crosskeys though. Pretty much just that 1 check.
I was a little surprised at left side swamp.
Yeah, that was at a point where I'm like, I've dove this far. Yeah. So that's also a situation where I should have just gotten a Crystal Ice before Pendant Swamp. Because like, see why I don't have the big key. Do I really want to do Pendant Swamp? No. I shouldn't have gone to Pendant Swamp at that point. And I would have been able to skip the rest of it. Because I already went in there earlier for the Ice Rod from a map chest and Swamp Palace. So if I was thinking it through, you know, I think this is a case where I was like already kind of feeling bad about the seed because I almost had a forfeit with the connector issue. But I was just like, I'm just gonna make sure I don't miss anything at this point and get the seed finished. So yeah, I should have gone to Ice Palace. So my bad.
Well, you both made the same decision. I mean, Leaf made the same call, and frankly, it was a reasonable one. You know it's a pendant, but 9 checks with a 10th from the big key, just more often than not, you're gonna get some sort of progression there in that situation.
Yeah, it's not a terrible call because we still needed a lot of stuff. We didn't have the mids. We didn't have the Ice Palace big and the second Ice Palace small for Ice Palace. We didn't have, Samaria. We didn't know whether Desert of Thieves was the last dungeon, and we didn't have the big keys. Also, those maps for Thieves and Desert were definitely pretty troll at the end.
I thought that was funny. I missed the Thieves Town map from Blind until I watched Leaf get it after you.
Yep. So yeah, Desert map was on Blind Cell. Thieves map on Blind, and then the Thief Small was on Trinex too. So
yeah, this seed had jokes all the way to the end. It was great.
Yeah, the hammer placement was definitely a good joke.
The vanilla library with the sword.
Yes, I enjoyed that one too. Yeah, the seed wasn't too bad. It was not the greatest, but it wasn't too bad. I blame myself for the connector issue. It wouldn't have been as bad. The fact that like once you finally get mids and you get to GT at hammer pegs, and you got the Thieves Big and Samaria really quickly, and then Thieves did end up being the crystals and not the pendant, made it not so bad at the end.
So what were your thoughts on going to Kakariko and finding the dungeons, all the dungeons, and more dungeons?
I was happy. I'm like, okay, this might be a nice, like, faster seed. We know where the dungeons are. I was completely wrong. All the dungeons that were there, except for Eastern, were the ones that, we beat at the end of the game. Not at the beginning. So, yeah. I did like Eastern. We got the really easy bow and the really easy big key. So I like being able to single dip Eastern like that. That was nice.
Of course, it was a pearl, but other than that, yeah, it was a pearl, a big chest, big chest, and the boss, I think, got a small key. Not the boss, pardon me. I think the green pendant was a small key somewhere. Meyer, maybe?
I think the green pendant was a castle small, and Eastern Pass Big Key Chest was the Meyer Small. So Castle Small and Meyer Small.
Ah, right. And then the Moon Pearl from Big Chest.
Yep. So there was some value in it. Yeah. Yeah. What were the major differences, I guess, between Leaf and I? Like, what made the major time difference?
I think most of all, Leaf going into pod with 2 smalls and leaving without the hammer, and then taking a while to come back. I think.
Yeah, that's reasonable. If I hadn't messed up the connectors, that's 100% what would have happened to me. I wouldn't have gone back to pod for a while. So I knew when I got the hammer, I'm like, that's the best bailout I could have for getting here so late. So that makes sense. What happened to Leaf? That's what would have happened to me if I didn't mess up.
And Leaf also didn't get to the out of logic boots as early as you did.
That
Oh
also
yeah, that
makes
was
sense.
a big one.
I felt right when I saw them. I'm like, someone could have gotten these sooner, but I'm like, most people in the race probably aren't going to come here right away. Because I almost went to check the stuff that was in logic, because obviously that going to the bottom parrots with the mirror, not in logic. So I was almost. Then I'm like, I got 7 checks, 2 connectors. I have to go do that before I go follow logic. Yeah, free boots. That was nice. But did feel bad I got like an hour in, because I knew I could have had it 20, 30 minutes sooner if I had chosen to.
All right, everybody get your GGs in chat for Leaf just beating the Big Pig.
They will finish 15th overall as soon as they cross this bridge with an official time of 2 hours, 26 minutes, and 16 seconds. Since our last check-in, we have Sheer finishing 11th, TJ Maelstrom in 12th, Sheffy in 13th, and Jake Coper in 14th. Actually, just 13 seconds separating 14th and 15th place there. And Hitman has just dropped in 16th with 2:27.03.
And with that, we do have Leaf joining us in the booth. GG's to you.
GG's. First off, thank you, Blue Link and Lana, for commentating this.
You're most welcome, and yeah, that was an absolute blast to watch and commentate.
So guess who forgot that they found back the bottom of Paradox?
Yeah, we were kind of thinking about that, and then you decided to go at the bottom. I'm like, oh, he's gonna be so disappointed.
I actually remembered that there when I went there, but I was combining. I remembered Paradox was there, and I was like, oh, great, that's there. I'm here. Let's go clear Swamp or clear Skull because it's right there.
So the biggest differences were 2 things that we're discussing with specs here. Well, number 1, you didn't sequence break the boots as early as specs did. Second,
I figured that.
Yeah, and part 2 is that you went to pod with 2 smalls where specs kind of did a bunch of boots checks and entrances and ended up going in there with 4. And ended up checking Big Key Chest over Harmless Egway.
I mean, without the Big Key, or without the ability to clear, I guess Harmless works as a check, but...
What happened is I messed up my connectors. I thought the Death Mountain Descent connector and top of Castle Tower was the back of the old man save and quit. So I hard lost located it when I finally realized that I made a mistake. So I got to the Meyer area in pod as like a hard lost locate. So when I got to pod, I had nothing else left basically, and I had I had everything to clear it minus the hammer, which I didn't got. So
yeah,
basically I luck sacked. the hammer after messing up basically.
Yeah,
I gotta bail out.
I can see that bailing you out. I had 2 keys and was like, okay, that's the front and the back, and the 6 key best can wait.
I think what you did, if I hadn't messed up my connectors, what happened to you is what would have happened to me with the hammer. Because that's what I think would have happened to most people in this seed.
I mean, it didn't help that I think I found pod before I found the boot, so those keys were definitely not happening.
Yeah, that makes sense, yeah.
I definitely liked the fact that I was able to take the... I was willing to call go on Thieves Town Big Key with no knowledge because I hadn't found the map to Thieves Town because both maps for my remaining dungeons were in Thieves Town.
Yeah,
anybody
that was
else
nice,
like that?
Yeah, it was very nice.
Very nice to not know which of those was which.
At least the game is nice enough to make Thieves the crystal and not the pendant, which would have been even meaner.
Oh, if it had been dependent, my first stop was back to GT.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Same here.
There was no way I was going anywhere but GT if I need to go look for a desert pig.
Yep, definitely.
There's another what? 20 items in there?
Yeah. Yep. Quite a few.
So were you?
Including
Sorry.
the mirror shield, which you left there on the climb to Lanabean's
goodness.
delight, I'm sure.
Thank you, Leaf.
What? I was trying to avoid exactly one placement loss to checking my checks, and unfortunately there is one person I have not been able to beat since I've started racing against them.
PGW?
Because they have beaten me by exactly a Ganon fight every single time. It's Sheffy.
Oh. That being said, were either of you watching race time near the end? Did that Thieves Town?
Yes.
Okay, so did that kind of sway your decision a little bit to go and just leave, not go to maybe rando room in GT before leaving?
No.
I didn't look at race time at all.
I will gamble go at missing one big key of the two.
Yeah, I agree, Zeke. I think I feel like any reasonable person there makes that gamble, because if it is a crystal, and you check a bunch of other stuff, you wasted so much time and just gave away your position in the race. If you have to go for it.
Especially where Thieves Town, that you just got the big key to, is right there.
Yeah, it's so easy to get to. Yeah.
I mean, if Thieves Town and Desert North were switched, I'd consider otherwise. Like if Thieves Town were up on Death Mountain, I would probably consider looking at least down to Rando Room for Big Key to Desert. But that's not the case in this siege.
The seed was very interesting, very dungeon heavy early. The Moon Pearl location is very interesting. Specs did manage to avoid Eastern, and I think you did too, Leaf, until you had the big key in a bow.
You see, I am a firm believer in Zelga-Dasan method. You find Eastern, you turn around.
I'm the other way. Like I was saying, the blue link early on, I'm like, you know what? First two in Eastern have burned me too much, so I do a rule. First two Eastern are okay. Anything else, I just leave unless I get big progression.
See, I have one problem with that, Lana.
Yes.
The third check is also in logic.
Yeah, I don't care about that. That's just dead to me. It's fine.
That's the reason I don't like that play, is the risk of that third check burning you for that exact reason. I think if you go into Eastern, you have to commit. That's my opinion.
Fair enough. I don't blame you for that. It's just, oh my gosh. Eastern Palace has burned me too many times.
Eastern Palace, how about we just remove Eastern Palace from the game? It makes things so much faster.
Or just make sure it can't have logic?
Always put it in GT.
Oh, alright. Except today.
It's always in GT.
GT is evil today. That was locked behind a lot.
That GT, that GT was funny. Shoutouts to the double dip of Ice Palace required today.
Logically, yeah. Did it require 2 actual dips? What was in there the first trip?
I don't remember. Were there any pod keys in there? Is the first question. Because for me, those were ended up being required anyways. But more importantly, the logical side is the Ice Palace big key on Blacksmith, which you might have noticed the gifts I gave to Blacksmith.
Yeah, that's Specs did not know that.
I did not get that.
The Ice Palace big key is on Blacksmith Specs.
Okay, yeah, I skipped out.
That's funny though. We Blue Link and I had kind of a little chuckle there at that.
For the record, I did Blacksmiths in case it was very specifically the case where GT was in the pyramid. Because that was a small possibility.
Oh, did you get the mitts before the hammer?
I did.
That makes sense. Okay, yeah, I had the hammer.
No, you can't. Because the mitts are hammer. I just had...
Yeah, they were map chests.
I dove ice before I went back to pod. Because getting back to pod in this seed was complete garbage.
Wait, how did you do the smith without the mitts?
No, I did the smith. No, I did the. I did not bother with going back for Ice Palace pictures. No, I did the mitt. I did the hammerless dive and then got the mitts on the second trap.
Okay, so yeah. So then you had hammer. So you did Smith chain. You could have done hammer pegs for GT.
I did Smiths in case GT was not in hammer pegs. I had a pretty solid feeling it was in hammer pegs.
Yeah, same.
But it was a case where if it wasn't in hammer pegs, I was going to have it so I could just pick up purple chest then and there. Because
If for
it's
route
not like
efficiency,
Smith was that far.
It makes sense, but then
Because
GT is in hammer pegs, and it feels like you took a lot of time to do that check. Yeah.
didn't feel like that much time. It was maybe 45 seconds. So, granted, that 45 seconds would have gave me a place, gave me that spot over Coper, but
yeah.
But otherwise, yeah, it didn't feel like enough risk to skip it. You know what I mean? Didn't feel like enough potential reward to skip it.
I felt plenty of reward for skipping it. I was happy to skip it every time I skipped that in that scenario. Always.
Right, again, it's just if it were anywhere but Kakariko, I probably would have skipped it.
Yeah, because you don't have a flute at the time. In fact, we never got flute.
Wait, what flute specs?
What's flute? Is there a flute? We were kind of discussing that too. We're like, where could that be? Well, I guess GT or.
The answer is the flute has been melted down and put into that blue potion that's sitting in the drop down next GT.
Oh, the magic pad, yeah.
That's illegal. We can't use that flute that way because it's illegal.
If I'm understanding what Incoherent's saying in chat here correctly, it was the only other thing of value in GT Basement.
Ah, nice.
And value with an asterisk, of course.
Oh, yeah. Flute was in GT, okay.
Like I said, I have a feeling that basically everybody in the first 10 places at the very least pulled those boosts significantly faster than I did. By virtue of remembering that the bottom of Paradox Cave existed.
I got the boots sooner, went to pod sooner, got the hammer sooner, and probably skipped Spokes of Swamp.
Yeah, I
probably didn't double dip ice. Probably. I think that went out though. But yeah.
GG specs.
Yeah, Leaf.
Good to race again. GG's. It's been a little while. It's been a while since Challenge Cup, where you still wiped the floor with me.
It's been a little bit. Next time we'll see what happens. But yeah, thanks for the race.
Your gambles tend to pay off, and which kind of rewards you against my more cautious playstyle.
I take a couple of gambles. I think I skipped cutscene chest. That was my main gamble. So.
Yeah, you both full cleared, basically. The differences are just having to go back to pod and the boost. That's basically it. Otherwise, you two did virtually the same checks. I mean, look at your clear rate. Specs got a few extra checks somewhere. I don't know, but it's very close.
But thanks for the race, Leaf, and Blue Link and Lonabin. Thanks for the comms. Artero, thanks for tracking. Thanks to anyone who was here for watching. Appreciate it. And I'm gonna head off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thanks to you both for putting on an excellent show, and GG's, especially both of you finishing in the top 50% of the staggering 31 runners today.
Absolutely incredible. AFG's been doing great work pulling in giant crowds for these, so something about having a race of a popular mode at a consistent time.
And thanks to Speed Gaming for putting this on, of course, but thank you both for putting on a great show for us. Leaf, Specs, we're going to put links in chat for the follows of these two runners. While we're at it, we're also going to put links for everybody else to be followed too. Blue Link, Artero, myself are all trying hard to please everybody. Thank you very much for hanging out tonight. And gosh, it's been a pleasure doing this race with you, Blue Link. And why don't you go ahead and send us on out of here, and a big good night to everybody.
Yeah, my absolute pleasure. This one was a real blast. Thank you again to our MVP tracker, Artero, for keeping all the facts straight, correcting us, and basically doing a really hard job and making it look easy. Well, we hope everyone had a great time. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you in the future.